finally, I realized the seriousness of this whole issue, that God is gonna hold me accountable and you accountable for doing what He put in our hearts to do. And if we never get organized in our schedules, we could miss out on His purpose and His assignment for our lives. Years ago, John Bevere was speaking at our church, and he made this statement that I have never forgotten, and it really woke me up. He said, when Judgment Day comes, and it's gonna come, when every single one of us stand before God and give an account for our lives, he said, but when that day comes, and you're standing before God, he said, He's not gonna hold you accountable for what you did on earth. I was like, come again? What? I'm confused. I thought we were. He said, no, you're going to be held accountable for what you were called to do on earth. Then he said, what you did and what you were called to do could be two totally different things. In other words, God may say, I called you to write a book. Why didn't you write the book? And you say, well, God, I didn't have time to write a book. You know how busy I was. Yeah, but I called you to write a book, to impact lives. Why didn't you find time, make time, change your schedule? You were assigned to write that book. Or why didn't you start that business? Well, Lord, you know how busy I was. I had a full-time job. God's going to hold us accountable for what we were called to do. By the way, I'm Terri Savelle Foy, your cheerleader of dreams. And I don't mean to sound so serious today, but to be honest with you, it's a really serious issue, and one that I had to have a wake-up call to realize God is expecting me to fulfill an assignment, and He's going to hold me accountable for doing it. And I'm not going to stand before God and say, God, I'm so sorry, I just couldn't find time. You know, I would hate for my tombstone to say, Terri Savelle Foy, busy. Not sure what she did, but she sure was busy. No, I want to stand before God and say, Lord, I did exactly what you assigned me to do. In fact, let me just tell you, I picture every one of us with a clipboard, you know, with your name written on it. I just picture us all standing before God with this clipboard, and He's going to hold us accountable for what He assigned us to do. In fact, my favorite scripture is John 17:4 from the Message Bible. This is what it says. I glorified you on earth by completing down to the last detail what you assigned me to do. But here's the reality that I had to come to grips with. It's never going to happen until you get organized. It's never going to happen until you manage your time effectively. And it's never going to happen until it gets scheduled to happen, right? So I want to show you today how successful people manage their time and accomplish their big dreams and goals. Why? Because again, you have a dream in your heart that God wants you to pursue, but if you're always busy, stressed out, never have time to yourself to work on your dreams, you will live and die with your dream still in you, impacting nobody. You know, you may remember Miles Monroe used to say, the richest place in the world. He said, it's not the diamond mines of South Africa or the oil fields of the Middle East. He would say, no, it's the cemeteries. He'd say, it's the graveyards. In the grave, there are books that were never written, businesses never started, songs never sung. He'd say, don't go to the grave with your dream still in you. Well, I want to help you succeed in life, and I want you to find time in your schedule to get everything done, plus have time to work on the dreams and goals that are in your heart. Now, let me tell you right from the start that your enemy, Satan, is a time stealer. He wants you stressed out, overworked, distracted, procrastinating on God's dreams for your life because you just don't have any more time to do anything else. Well, I found out the most successful people in the world, they don't have 25 hours in a day or 13 months in a year. No, they have the same 1,440 minutes a day as we do. They've just learned how to control their days instead of their days controlling them, right? So today, basically, I am just planning to light a fire in you. I love my big match, but I want to light a fire in you today to conquer procrastination and get serious about your dreams. You know, let me just tell you how I learned this powerful success habit. Years ago, I was so stressed out with a full-time job. Plus, I became a youth pastor, which is another full-time job. And I had a 4-year-old little girl who had ballet, gymnastics, dance practice. I had youth outings on the weekends. I needed to go grocery shopping, pay bills, do the laundry, have dates with my husband, go to church, prepare messages, run the marketing and media department. It just seemed like the list of to-dos never ended. Every day, I never checked off everything I had to do, and I was literally so stressed out just trying to maintain everything. And if like I was, I knew God put a dream in my heart to do more, but I couldn't find that extra time to do anything more. In fact, I remember I bought a book on time management, and it sat in my nightstand for months because I couldn't find time to learn how to manage my time. I'm serious. Finally, I realized the seriousness of this whole issue, that God is going to hold me accountable and you accountable for doing what He put in our hearts to do. And if we never get organized in our schedules, we could miss out on His purpose and His assignment for our lives. That's serious, right? So I want to show you how successful people manage their time, because once I began implementing these changes to my life, I went from being overwhelmed and busy to productive and content that I'm doing what God put in my heart to do. This is how I've written 13 books in 13 years, or maintained the weekly YouTube video for 14 years. This is how I host this TV show and speak at conferences and have team meetings and develop messages and still go on dates with my husband of 30 years. This is how I work out, and you get the picture. And real quick, let me just say, I didn't say all that to sound like I'm bragging. I just want you to know that if I can change from being stressed out, overwhelmed, ridiculously busy mom years ago to doing all this, you can too. So, before I share the 5 tips to getting your life together, I want to help you understand why you may be stressed out by your schedule and why perhaps you procrastinate or just put things off that you know will benefit your life. So let me share with you 5 reasons real quick. You ready? Okay, number 1 is you don't have a consistent planner. Seriously, you need one planner for everything. Schedule your work, your family time, your exercise, your social life, everything in one planner. You know, Benjamin Franklin said, success is the residue of planning. Well, planning requires a planner, right? Okay, number 2, you haven't scheduled your task on your calendar. You know, like I explained earlier, you must pencil it in on your calendar. You know, someone said that an hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing. Well, one of the biggest questions we have to ask ourselves when we set goals is, when will I do this? So you have to realistically look at your calendar and write down when you will follow through. Now, in your special offer this week, I have a sample time map that you are going to love to show you how to start planning your days. You know, someone said that a goal without a plan is just a wish. Well, you're going to see how practical it is to schedule your priorities in a simple way. Number 3 is you're overwhelmed. You know, the truth is most of us are completely unrealistic about what we can accomplish in a day. I used to write an unbelievable list of 53 things to get done in a day. And I would feel so deflated and upset at the end of the day when I only checked off 19. 19! Well, I discovered a skill that has helped me so much in setting realistic lists for the day. It's the ability to calculate how long tasks take. Now, you might even think this is going a little overboard. But the truth is, this is one of the secrets of the best time managers. You're most likely going to be shocked at the actual amount of time it takes to do a task. You know, for example, you're going to look at your list of to-dos for the day, and you might think, you know, getting dressed takes 30 minutes, but when you really time yourself, it's 45. Or driving to work, you always say it's a 15-minute drive, but really it's 20 minutes by the time you park the car and walk to the office. Or grocery shopping, you think it's 20 minutes. But it takes 40. Or preparing for a meeting at work, you think 30 minutes, but it's an hour. Or cleaning the kitchen, you think it's 10 minutes, but it's really only 5. Most people are shocked to see how much longer things take than they expected. So I'm going to encourage you to begin timing yourself. And I explain this, but get a realistic view of the time it takes to do things like get ready in the morning, make dinner, drive to school or work, pay your bills, bathe the kids, clean the kitchen, all that. I'm telling you, it's going to help you tremendously. Number 4 is you may have too many distractions. Too much time can be wasted away on emails, social media, coworkers talking in the halls, phone calls, TV. Distractions prevent us from achieving our dreams and goals in life. Did you hear me? Let me just tell you this real quick. You may have heard about a lion tamer. When he goes into a cage with the crazy lion, this wild animal, he always takes 3 things, a pistol and a whip. But the third thing is a 4-legged stool. And the lion tamer always says that's the most important thing. And the reason why is because he'll thrust the 4 legs of the stool towards the face of the lion. And what happens is that lion tries to focus on all 4 legs at the same time. And when he does that, his attention is fragmented, and they say paralysis overwhelms him, and he becomes tame, weak, and disabled. Do you know Satan works the same way? He wants you so distracted by all these exciting things you need to do, TV, social media, everything, that you become tame, weak, and disabled for the plan of God for your life. Isn't that amazing? It's not coincidental, all these distractions. Okay, the 5th thing I want to mention real quick is you might be doing things at the wrong time. You've got to honor your energy cycles. Some of us are early birds, some of us are night owls. If your energy kicks in at 7 o'clock at night, then that's when you need to attack your most difficult task. If you're an early bird like me, that's when you need to work out, pray, do your writing, do your most challenging task. Do it first thing in the morning. I'm telling you, this is a game changer when you find out when you're the most energetic. So, there's no such thing as extra time, but we can find time by implementing these 5 simple tips I'm about to share. And I'm telling you, it's going to help you free up time in your busy schedule, and you're going to learn to schedule what's important. So watch this, and I'm going to share that with you when I come back.
Have you been stuck in a rut and are ready for change? Maybe you sit down at the end of the day and wonder, what did I accomplish? Well, it's time to get organized and create an effective plan for the big dreams and goals God has placed in your heart. With Terri's new My Dream Routine Planner, you'll be able to easily create clear, daily, weekly, and monthly action plans to live on purpose and reach your goals. Inside this practical 90-day planner, you can keep track of your daily personal growth habits, as well as journal your time with the Lord and your gratitude, plan your days, review your goals, speak positive declarations, and so much more. Hurry over to Terri.com or call the number on the screen to order now at this special price. Get ready to accomplish more, stay focused, and pave your clear-cut way to success. Don't delay. Call the number on the screen or go to Terri.com today.
I'm so excited about our offer this week. I want you to feel organized, to feel in control of your life again. And this is how I got started. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's a simple system to get things in order. I have a place in here. I custom made this based on what I like, but I have a place for you to document your goals. Now, I used to set goals like this. I'm going to read more, get organized, lose weight, get closer to God, get out of debt. Well, I didn't know I was setting myself up to fail by being so vague about it. Well, once I learned to set specific goals and to put pictures with my goals, because your mind thinks in pictures, I started achieving them and keeping them in sight in your daily planner so every single day you see your goals. See, I used to put them in a nightstand on, January 1st. And then on New Year's Eve, I would take it out to see if anything just magically happened. No, it didn't happen. I didn't even remember my goals because out of sight, out of mind. Well, now every day you've got your goals in front of you. I even put a place for you to make positive, faith-filled declarations. I remember hearing from Joyce Meyer. Before she was Joyce Meyer, she said she made a list of 65 things she would speak out of her mouth every day. And they were things like she's confident, she's courageous, she has a worldwide ministry. Every day she receives invitations to speak all over the world. And she said, then she would go load the dishwasher, make the kids' beds, and it looked like it would never happen. But she said every time you speak it out, you believe it even more. Well, I put some of my favorite declarations and then a place for you to write your own declarations and speak them out by faith. God's the one who said in Job, "Thou shalt decree a thing and it will be established unto you." But you have to decree it, right? There's also a time map where I'm going to show you how to map out your plans. It is the greatest organizer of my time I have ever learned. There's a place for gratitude for every single day. When you plan your day, you also take 2 minutes and just thank the Lord. Have a grateful heart. There's all kinds of fun stuff in this. Document your personal growth. Anyway, you're going to love it. So we reduced the price. This normally sells for $49, but we reduced it to $39 so you can get your dream routine planner in black, pink, or turquoise while supplies last. So just call the number on the screen or go to terri.com and we will ship it out immediately. And I know you're going to love it. Okay, have you heard the phrase, "I'm going to stop procrastinating starting tomorrow"? Or Lou Holtz said, "When all is said and done, more is said than done." Well, that's not going to be your story. So how do successful people manage their time? I'm going to show you 5 ways. Are you ready? Number 1 is make a to-do list and start the night before. Plan out the next day. Never go to bed without mapping out the next day. That way you wake up and you hit the ground running. You can't rely on memory alone. You know, if you make a list of all the things you have to do, no matter how small, you are going to feel so accomplished when you check those items off and move on to the next task. You know, I get such a thrill just checking things off. And according to Thomas Corley, he's the one who wrote the book on rich habits, he discovered 81% of the wealthiest people in the world maintain a to-do list, and only 19% of the poor. So just get into a habit of every night, make a list and write it down. And like I mentioned earlier, know when you're the most energetic. Are you a night owl? Are you an early bird? And this matters so much because if you're trying to get stuff done in the morning, but you're dragging, and then all of a sudden you get a boost of adrenaline around 8 o'clock at night, then that's when you need to tackle your most important task. If you're an early bird, then schedule your most challenging task first thing in the morning. I just described me and my husband. I'm up at 5 o'clock every day. I'm hyper, I'm productive, full speed ahead. And he is out. But then at night, he is raring to go and my eyes are rolling in my head. You gotta do what works for you. Okay, tip number 2, make a list of your dreams and goals in life. Now, I'm gonna show you why this is so important. But what you need to do is put that first list aside for a minute and let's look at this. Do you know where you'd like to be next year at this time or 5 years from now? If not, it's time to set some personal goals. See, when you know your goals, you can schedule your priorities around it. You know, Julie Morgenstern said one of the psychological reasons why you're not in control of your time is because you have unclear goals and priorities. She said without clearly defined goals, you have no basis for making decisions on how and where to spend your time. For example, if one of your biggest dreams is to write a book, then you will find time in your schedule to write the book. Why? Because it's important to you. Being highly productive starts with having vision, having clear dreams and goals to pursue. It could be, to get your college degree. And maybe you only have a few hours or classes remaining to get your degree, which could result in a higher paid salary, but you can't find time. Or to get in shape. God's maybe dealing with you about weight loss or just getting healthy again, but you can't find time to work out. See, if we aren't clear on our dreams and goals, we won't find time to pursue them. We will stay where we are year after year. So list your important dreams and goals in life. Got it? Okay, tip number 3 is to see where your time is going. Now, this is huge. This is a sample time map right here. This was the biggest eye-opener for me. How we spend our days is how we spend our lives. And if you never truly see in black and white where your time is going, you will just continue to waste pockets of time that could be used to go after your dreams. In fact, I want to point this out right now. In the planner that we're offering this week, I put a sample time map so you can truly see what I'm talking about, how I block time in my schedule. I seriously don't know what I would do without my time map and learning how to block time. It is the greatest organizer of my time that I have ever had. Because what it is, it's a snapshot of how you spend your days, your weeks, your months, your life, hour by hour. It's kind of like when you look at your closet and you have some shoes, well, let's say you've organized all your shoes, they're in their place. Your purses are in their place and it's organized. Well, when you get a new pair of shoes, you know exactly where to put them. You can see a spot on the shelf. Or maybe you don't have room for them. If you don't have room, you have to create more space or put another shelf in. Or God forbid, get rid of a pair of shoes. I'm just kidding. But you have to make room so the new ones will go there, right? Well, see, it's the same with your time map. You're going to see exactly where your priorities fit on your schedule. And you'll be able to see right away whether or not you can easily fit something into your schedule. If not, you've got to remove an activity to make room for a priority. Does that make sense? Now, when you get your planner today, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But I would love for you to see this with me. So here's what I recommend you do as soon as you get your planner. Track your time. Everything. Like, take your planner with you and write down every single thing you spend your time on, from the moment you wake up in the morning and end with the time you go to sleep at night. And include everything: meal times, meetings, drive time, getting ready for work, workouts, appointments, soccer practice, everything. Use it for 1 week and fill it in hour by hour what you do. From watching TV from 7 to 10, scrolling Instagram 10 to 11, whatever. I'm telling you, you're going to see a clear snapshot of your life. And here's the thing. You'll get a picture of what is stealing your time. Dream distractions. But you're going to discover that most time is wasted in minutes, not hours. You might be saying you don't have time to start your book or take an extra class, but after using your time map for a week, you're going to see, I'm spending 3 hours a night watching TV, scrolling Instagram. That's 21 hours a week that you could be using to write the book. 21 hours, that's almost 1 full day out of your week wasted. If you just took out 1 hour of TV to work on your goals, you will be amazed what 30 hours a month will do in your life. You will not be where you are today 1 month from now. Isn't that amazing? You're going to be surprised to see where most of your time is going, because I know I was. Okay, I'll go fast. Tip number 4 is to start blocking time. When I say block time, I mean for everything, your daily, weekly responsibilities, but also your dreams and goals. For example, I began learning from experts how having a routine for your everyday mundane task alleviates stress and just being overwhelmed. So, for example, pay your bills on Sunday night. Block time for that. Do laundry Saturday mornings. Exercise Monday through Friday from 6 to 7. Call grandma Tuesday nights. Grocery shop on Mondays. Write your book Saturday from 9 to 11. See, when you designate certain days for routine chores, it doesn't stress you out Wednesday after work when you pick up the mail and all of a sudden you think of, oh my gosh, I gotta pay bills, make dinner, gotta give the kids a bath. No, because bill paying day is Sunday night, so don't even think about it. Does that make sense? Okay, I want you to get this for yourself because you're going to love it. Let me see. Did I get through tip number 4? Tip number 5 is to seize the minutes, not the hours. Now, Kevin Cruz interviewed 200 of the most successful people in the world, entrepreneurs, Olympians, successful people, and what he realized is that most of them, they realize that we waste more time in minutes than we do hours. In fact, he asked them, he said, what is your number one secret to productivity? They said, focus on the minutes, not the hours. They see the value of every single minute. Successful people may only have 12 minutes before they have to be somewhere, but instead of seeing it as only 12 minutes, they see it as a 12-minute opportunity to do something beneficial. Respond to an email, write a thank you card, make a phone call. You can do 10 push-ups. They look for minutes, not hours. Master your minutes and you'll master your life. Okay, I wish I had more time to go over this with you. I am so excited to offer my Dream Routine Planner because I'm telling you, this right here will help you with everything I shared with you today. You're going to feel so organized. You're going to have peace. You're going to have vision because there's a place for you to record your goals. That's one of my favorite features I added to the planner because now you can have your dreams and goals with you. in front of your eyes every single day. And just get into the habit of looking at them and speaking to them. You know, the Bible says we serve a God who gives life to the dead, and he speaks of non-existent things as if they exist. So every day, I just open it up, speak to my goals, and you know what? I keep checking them off. So I know you're going to love this. There's a place to make your positive declarations. There's nothing more powerful than speaking God's word. So I put some of my favorite scriptures to get you started. I know you're going to love it. So all you have to do to get your dream routine planner is call the number on the screen or go to terri.com and we will send it right to you. And like I mentioned before, these normally sell for $49, but we reduced the price to $39. So I hope that's a blessing to you. You know, the key to getting ahead is getting organized. And I would love to help you with the very tools that have helped me. God's word says in James 1:8, a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Well, I like to say the opposite. A single-minded man is focused and stable in all of his ways. So I'm going to help you get focused, get organized, get peace in your life, and get a plan to succeed on purpose. So don't forget, I am cheering you on to live your dreams. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time.
Have you been stuck in a rut and are ready for change? Maybe you sit down at the end of the day and wonder, what did I accomplish? Well, it's time to get organized and create an effective plan for the big dreams and goals God has placed in your heart. With Terri's new My Dream Routine Planner, you'll be able to easily create clear, daily, weekly, and monthly action plans to live on purpose and reach your goals. Inside this practical 90-day planner, you can keep track of your daily personal growth habits, as well as journal your time with the Lord and your gratitude, plan your days, review your goals, speak positive declarations, and so much more. Hurry over to terri.com or call the number on the screen to order now at this special price. Get ready to accomplish more, stay focused, and pave your clear-cut way to success. Don't delay. Call the number on the screen or go to terri.com today.
I want to ask you to help me with something very important. At our ministry, we are committed to many outreaches, but something that is so close to my heart is the work we do rescuing women out of human trafficking. You may not know my story, but after I was violated as a young girl and dealt with horrible insecurities and deep shame, I made it my mission to help young women. So each year we provide funds for local safe houses to give shelter and resources to young women. Not only that, but we've actually gone into clubs in some of the roughest parts of America where exotic dancers are actually being trafficked. And I'm telling you, going into these dark places, it pushes me out of my comfort zone. But when I look these precious girls in the eyes and tell them face to face how valuable they are to God, it impacts their life and mine. Well, all of this is possible because of our amazing monthly partners. Would you become a monthly partner with our ministry and help me fight against this demonic attack on young girls? Visit terri.com/partner or call the number on the screen today.